Welcome to Great GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Australia's premier greyhound form students, including Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Joe Lanuti from Greyhounds HQ, Neil Brown previewing the Sandown action, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, and Simon Orchard with the latest in New South Wales chasing.
Good morning and welcome along to Great GREYS on this Thursday, the 7th of December 2023. Big thanks to Matty McDermott under the Milky Way, the church, bringing us in today. One of my favourite tracks from years gone by. So, Matty, hot as always there in the studio this morning. Let's welcome in another man who's been hot, and we're hoping for more of the same on today's edition of Great GREYS. I'll speak of Harry Buchanan. Welcome to you, H. How do we find you today?
Hello, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. Yeah, you find me very well. Looking forward to big nights racing tonight and, of course, this weekend.
Most definitely. We have got some excellent chasing right around Australia over the next few days. Of course, locally, all eyes Saturday night out there at Cannington will be on the Anniversary Cup final. And what an outstanding field we have assembled for the feature. I'll talk you through the market for the big one there on Saturday night with Tab Touch. King Tommy's come up with box number 6, fastest qualified, 240 and firm. Sage to Neil, fresh off a tremendous win, was the other heat winner there last night after having no luck in a Melbourne Cup heat, 440 and firm. Inside Scoops, drawn box 1, $6 and firm. Same Hinto. There's really no movement here, punters. Hinto box 7, $6. Crumble Manelli box 4, $8. West on Booney box 8, $8. Columbus Manelli was a really nice run last week, charging home late, drawn box 2. It's a $17 chance. Kachu, the first reserve there, is a $17 chance. Rip and Tomahawk, the old veteran, ran a cracking race last week. He's a $51 outsider from box 5, and Roman Blazer, the other of the reserves, an $81 chance. Tremendous lineup. H, really looking forward to it. We all know I'm the king, the top man when it comes to the fan club of King Tommy. He's been outstanding. Last week he sat handy early. Best of night, 29.76. It was a romp. Draws 6 here, pace in 4 and 5. I thought might be able to drag him over. Not too much pressure outside of him, but thought the run of Sage to Neil was excellent. Columbus Manelli, as we mentioned, was charging home last week. Hinto was the winner of the Mandurah Cup only a few weeks ago. Box 1's a big advantage in these finals. Inside Scoops come up with that draw. There's a lot of very fast dogs in this race.
Yeah, and that's how it's been lately with these feature finals, Shorty, in WA. Just quality every year, every time we get one together. King Tommy, if you knew he was going to come out like he did last week, if you knew that was going to happen again on Saturday night, you'd almost be chips in. But I know it'll take a lot to swing you away from him, and I'm expecting to hear his name called out tomorrow afternoon on the mail collection, as it wasn't last week. But he's sitting up there and he gets a very good map this time. As you said, Rick and Tomahawk, Crumble Manelli inside him, they both go quick, and they'll give him a nice run to the first turn. But he doesn't always come out like he did last week, Geordie. So there is a little bit of risk involved there. And he's got Hinto on his outside, who has been stepping lately. I'm surprised that Columbus Manelli is still holding such a big each-way quote here. Tab Touch having at 17.390. His run was superb last week in the heat. He took, I wouldn't say took ground off Sage to Neil, but he certainly held it to the line to 2 lengths, and he did come from a fair way back. He gets a really good draw here, and I don't think his map's entirely bad either. Sage to Neil back to her best, and coming off that unlucky run at Sandown. Crumble's not getting the trip. He's just not running that 500 out. Rip and Tomahawk, he's been going super. And, the old boy gets on the arm and he's racing as well as ever. The last bit still does testing, but he gives a really good sight. Hinto's always there. But the dog out wide here, West on Booney, he caught my eye behind King Tommy last week. I know he's enigmatic, but he has a great record off box 8. Same with box 7, 2 from 2 out of the black, and 2 wins, 2 placings from 5 starts out of the pink. So he does like a wide draw, and he did more than enough last week to get my attention each way. So it'll be him and Columbus Manelli. But again, the last thing you want to see in the rear vision mirror is anything green, and if you do, you're gone. King Tommy's the one to beat. He just needs a little bit of luck at that first turn.
Absolutely. And to be fair, it doesn't sort of matter what race he goes in, what draw he has. He always needs an element of luck. But the one thing you have to say, the last 10 to 12 weeks watching this dog, he just finds ways to win. And it's often ugly on the map. And he's just, like very few dogs that I've seen at the top level here in WA, a lot of them that go on a run are effectively jump and run types. They're on the arm, they're running a split that no other dog can match early, and then they're just running time on the clock. King Tommy does it so differently. That Mandurah Cup final, he had to come from dead last and navigate its way through the field, and over a distance range, it must be said, was probably well short of his very best trip, and still only beaten a length behind Hinto. He's just chasing through brick walls at the moment. He's high on confidence, and if you're new to greyhound racing, this is a dog you just pop into your black book and make sure you watch him race every week, because he is one of the most exciting dogs I've seen in all of my time following greyhound racing, and looking forward to seeing the feature there. Win, lose or draw, it will certainly be charging at them late in the piece, King Tommy there on Saturday night. Let's get down to the business of building a bank for the weekend. Harry, we'll have a look at this program tonight at Sandown. Didn't think it was too bad a card either.
Yeah, it was a good card, actually. We've got the heats of the Laurels in the card tonight. There's, I think, 4 or 5 heats of those. That's for the girls. We see the Silver Chief on Saturday night at the Meadows there for the boys. But we're going to kick our set off there tonight in race 6. Our old mate here, Fred Rose, you know what you get with him. He's going to run a place. Said to the boys this morning that he's now going for his, I think it's his 7th or 8th consecutive third placing. I don't think I've ever seen a dog run 6 or 7 thirds in a row, but this bloke has. We know he's got a couple of tricks, but yeah, look, he's been racing the elite dogs, and if he gets any luck tonight, he will be in the finish. I think it's just a matter of how soon he gets there, whether he goes on with it or not, but they have actually supported him. He was an open of $4. He's in at $2.90 now, so the punters think that Freddie will switch on tonight. Tend to agree. Race 8, number 7, Akina Jack. It's been a long time coming. This bloke stepping up to the middle trip. He's one of those dogs, Shorty, that even in the top grade, he doesn't run any time. He's a sort of 29.45 dog at Sandown, but he just cuts loose up the back and sustains a really strong run home. And they're finally giving his crack at the middle trip tonight. He goes really quick after about 50 metres. That's when he starts to put himself into the race. If he handles a corner start, I think he can run the trip here, and he's going to be hard to stop. I think we'll back him on the each-way basis there.
Just quickly, Harry,
yes, mate.
Sorry, mate, while we're on this race, I know that Fab's Vegetables, a runner that you threw out at 250 to 1 in pre-post markets for the Melbourne Cup. It made the final. It also stretches out to the 595 metres tonight. I note that it's been really well backed, opened $1.80 into $1.65. Is it the clear danger tonight, as the market suggests, to Akina Jack?
It is, absolutely, but at the $1.60, you can have all that to yourself. He's a good dog, but he's not a $1.60 shot. Considering he's had 11 starts at the track and trip, he's only won one of them, and he's only been placed once on another occasion. So 9 times he's been out of the money. He's one of those dogs, Shorty, and I've said this before, I think that he's a big, booming run-home sprinter. I think the 600 tests him right out on his limit. I know they tried him over 700. He fell in a hole there. I just don't know he gets this distance as well as he gets that shorter trip when he really cuts loose if he's close. So in saying that, he has been stepping okay. He is going to have to go off his box one. I think he's a risk at $1.60. He is coming off that Melbourne Cup run, of course. I'd just rather play the outside dog each way. But if you like your short runners, he'll give you a side if he does get up there. He's chasing well, this bloke. I'm just not sure about him, whether this is his ideal track and trip. But nevertheless, we'll stick with the 7 there, Akina Jack. Over to race number 10. I thought this dog was really good last week, Zylvale. He came out of box 7. He missed the start. He tried to get over the hills. He caught 3 or 4 checks in the run behind Money O's, and he just kept attacking the line here. And there's a few dogs in this race that really want to lead to do their best. He's not one of them, and I just think he can chime in here at some stage, and he could get the job done if he's close enough up the back, and I think he might be here. He won't be in the early speed battle, and a few of these he will you'll go past him in the run. They'll filter back through the field. He'll be strong late. finish it off, race 12, number 1, Raven Nighthawk. Like I said this morning, the form is not very good, 8-7-7-6. But it's amazing what a dog does when they get box 1 for the first time in a long time. She hasn't drawn inside of 5 for her last 6 starts. She's just had 7s, 8s, 6s. She's a different dog off the inside. She's got good box manners. She should go to the front here. She's been well supported, 5 in the 310. I think she'll lead all the way to see Sandown out. Race 6, number 2. Race 8, number 7. Race 10, number 5. And race 12, number 1 this evening.
Very nice. Good explanation too there with the Akina Jack race. Hence you going the each way play there with Akina Jack there. And Raven Nighthawk, you're right. The form doesn't look good, 8-7-7-6, but neither do the box numbers, 6-7-8-7, the last 4. So the move to the inside, the money in the market for Raven Nighthawk, and may well improve sharply there tonight with a much friendlier box draw. Let's move on to the program this evening at Mandurah. This is a card I'd really like. I've spent plenty of time on the program. There's no fewer than 9 races out of the 12 that I'll be betting into tonight. It looks a really punter-friendly card. Where are you landing?
Yeah, I'm landing everywhere with you tonight, brother. I'm just as keen as you. I'm going to kick it off in race 3 here, number 4, Prompt Response. Market has just opened. We're looking at around that 260, and that's a bet. Very good last week, 22.62, beating All About Marble by no less than 5.5. He's taken this track, and more importantly, he's doing it off all sorts of boxes. I don't think this race is any harder, and I think he'll get the job done to kick us off there. Over to race 8, Messed Up Mary. Well, talk about getting well. You're getting $1.60 here, and I think that's as short as we like him, but that's a bet. I think she should be shorter. She's been beaten much better dogs than this. She's knocked over Molfetta Cruz last week. She was good behind Stevie Manelli, then Kiss Me Augie, Sunset Callisto. They'd all be odd on in this. She's the best dog in the race, and she has certainly taken this circuit, and she's racing right at the top of her game at the moment. She should justify that short quote. And then down to race 9, here's another one who just gets in really well tonight, West on Fern, out there in box 8. You're getting around 240 now in the open. She's been running into Idle a while, Elegant Brows, even Messed Up Mary. This is a much, much easier affair. If she can handle the 8 box, she'll get over here, and if she does, they won't catch her. I think they're 3 strong plays. There'll be a few more in the block go up shortly, Shorty. But race 3, number 4, race 8, number 3, and race 9, number 8 at Mandurah this evening.
Beautifully done. Race 3, number 4, race 8, number 3, race 9, number 8 to go along with 6, 2, 8, 7, 10, 8 and 12, 1 tonight there at Sandown. Harry, as always, tremendous catching up with you. We will do it all over again tomorrow afternoon for the mail collection. It'll drop about 4:30. And Ethan Christian, he's been a wonderful addition to our team each and every Friday and Wednesday on Coast to Coast in the mail collection. He'll be with us again tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you tune in there, punters. Until then, Harry, many winners.
Thanks, Shorty. Talk soon, mate.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Where it's now 17 minutes after 10. Time to catch up with Jaycin Campbell. Have a look at chasing in Queensland as well as Tasmania for tonight. Let's welcome him in. Hello, Jace. Nice to be with you.
How you going, Shorty?
Really well, thank you. Looking forward to some big chasing over the next couple of nights. I've been seeing them quite nicely of late. How do you rate the program tonight there at Albion Park?
Yeah, really good program, Shorty. They've got 2 Gold Night up there, so there's 2 heats of the Summer Sprints, 2 heats of the Emerging Stars, the youngsters, and then 2 heats of a Summer Chase series over 600 metres. So, yeah, very good program at Albion Park, and also we'll touch base on Hobart. They've got their Group 1000 heats tonight. There's 6 heats down there, and there's plenty of sharp dogs coming down from Victoria.
Most definitely, yeah. Of course, a race that the great Tommy Shelby won down there, the Hobart 1000. It's been a race reserved for some absolute stars of the sport over the years. So looking forward to seeing the Hobart 1000 heats there tonight. Before that, though, we'll focus on that program up there at Albion Park. Who do you like at the Creek?
Yeah, starting off in race 4, happy to play number 2 here, Get Carter. There was an interview through the week with the trainer of Get Carter saying he was the second best dog in Queensland. I don't exactly agree with that, but I cannot deny this dog is absolutely flying, Shorty. In his last 8 starts, he's finished in the top 2, including running second in an Ipswich Group 1 Gold Cup to Bears Bull, only beaten 0.1. He does wear the blinkers, and he is a bit of I wouldn't say a thinker. Leader chase is probably a bit harsh too. He does get past them, but he doesn't win by big margins. I feel like that's playing a little bit of a factor into his price tonight. I think he's really well boxed against Another Chance here. He only beat Another Chance by 0.8 2 starts ago, but as mentioned, I just think he does what he has to do to win races. And yeah, similar box here, similar type race. I don't think Another Chance has improved too much despite her time being faster last week, and that J form should be good enough.
Certainly, it's not a bad form line. Of course, J will be headed to the Phoenix, and absolute star of Queensland sprinting ranks. On to the next of your plays.
Yeah, race 6, number 4, Inconspicuous. Definitely a future star of the Queensland sprinting ranks. 10 starts to 6 wins, the son of Orson Allen. Does have that J form line too. Did finish last in that race last week, but had no luck whatsoever. Checked at box rise, checked on the first turn, checked coming for home. It was a complete train wreck, Shorty. Very difficult for a young dog to go up against that quality of opposition. He just got found out a little bit. I think dropping back to his own age group here is a huge tick. He's got really good form around cluster, and some of the older dogs around Albion Park, he is drifting. I think that's just purely because he's got the squeeze box here, and $1.50 was a little bit short. But if he gets any luck whatsoever, he's shown he's got really good track sense, and he's as strong as an ox late. So I think Inconspicuous can make it 7 from 11.
Alrighty, all labelled the BB of the night by Jaycin Campbell tonight there at Albion Park. Race 6, number 4, Inconspicuous. On to race number 7.
Price gone for this one, Shorty. They've stepped in. Bogey Hurricane for me. I was going to play him on a place line only, but might have to change that up a little bit. I might have to have a dabble on the win now. He's $6.50 into $3.70, and that place bet's gone from about even money to $1.50. I just feel like this is a type of race where he did bump into Blue Hornet last start, who's arguably one of the fastest 600 dogs up in Queensland, and just got too far back. Blue Hornet was able to run 34.70 on the bunny, which obviously just splits the field up, and this race looks like a 35 dead type race, and if it's a 35 dead type race, it'll be close enough to be in the finish. I think he will be in the finish. I'm a bit perturbed now. I'm not too sure what to do here, Shorty. Might just see what happens late in the market.
All right, fair enough. Well, when you obviously had your thoughts together last night and sent them through, the even money the place was a good bet. Now $1.50, $1.45, and the dog into $3.80 to win. That support is no doubt heartening, though. It's always good to see money around for a dog that you're keen on the night, and it's an absolute model of consistency. Track and trip, 12 starts, 4 wins, 6 placings. So keep your eyes peeled for Bogey Hurricane and keep an eye on the market. And rounding it out in race number 10 tonight there at Albion Park.
Playing the stripes here, number 2, Daisy's Rowdy. Comes out of much stronger races, in my opinion. Has finished behind the likes of Another Chance, Inconspicuous Sorority, and Blue Hornet a couple earlier in October. A few dogs I've already mentioned. I just feel like it's boxed really well here. Boxes 1 and 3 both have a lot of speed. They both need a lead to show their best, and if they do get a bit of a preen early, they might sort of fold up. I think Daisy's Rowdy will get on the tail of both of them and prove very hard to run down, very hard to hold out, sorry.
Fair enough too, from the very strong Selena Zamet camp. So tonight at Albion Park, race 4, number 2, Get Carter. Race 6, number 4, Inconspicuous is the best of them. Race 7, number 7, Bogey Hurricane each way might be the go there. And race 10, number 2, Daisy's Rowdy. Let's switch down to the Apple Isle chasing there tonight. Hobart 1000 heats. Tremendous night of chasing. Who are we betting on down there?
Yeah, might place multi these 2 first ones up. I just found a few little non-winners, Shorty, to kick off the program. Race 2, number 5, Suntory Grace, a bitch that we have mentioned in previous weeks. So we've taken set against her, and she has been a short price favourite. She has been beaten at less than $3 in her last 4 starts. So again, a better price here to run a place. She has been freshened from her last start run, drops back to the 340, which should suit. And I think she's very well mapped here. The 6. I used to own the 6, and he's a very poor beginner and wants to run off the track. So I think she's not going to get too much grief from outside dogs. And she'll probably plot home for another second, Shorty. She's had 9 seconds.
That's a whole lot of silver around the neck of Suntory Grace, and may well be some more after tonight. Moving on to race number 3, and you have found another canine with very similar characteristics. His career stats, 70 starts, just the 4 wins, 15 seconds, 18 thirds. He sure knows his way back to the podium, but he's a little bit camera shy.
Yes, correct, Shorty. Juno, another way. Very camera shy. just found Hobart been taking a bit more of a notice of it recently, and there's a lot of dogs down there, as is across Australia, that do not like to win, but they do like to run placings, and Hobart's a very, very fair track, so most dogs get their chances. And Juno, another way, he's really well graded here back to Masters Company. He's only running Masters Company, was at Launceston at the 278, and he just got held up for running at a pretty crucial time. On Monday night, he flew the boxes and didn't pull up, but certainly didn't run through the line with a lot of vigour. But his best runs have been over this 340 at Hobart. If he can replicate any of his times early this month around that 1940, 1950 mark, he probably should win this race. But considering the statistic that you've already pulled out of the hat, Shorty, I think it's better just to take him around that $1.65, $1.70 to run a hole.
They look like a nice little combo to get the night off to a good start there at Hobart. 2-5 and 3-3 both the place. And then in the race after, you're teaming up with a much more high profile and a much more genuine canine that loves winning races. And, of course, we speak of the Tassie Star Raiders Guide. Yeah,
Raiders Guide, probably the best dog in Tasmania. He and Fast Minardi obviously swap positions here and there, but did run second in that Group 1 Hume Cup behind Hector Fawley, only beaten 2 lengths, albeit Hector Fawley didn't even win Burn, turning for home. But that is very strong form. Returned to Hobart last week with a really dashing turn of speed, especially down that home straight, running 25.50 behind Fire Hose, who absolutely lit the clock up early. So Fire Hose is definitely a runner to watch out for later in the program. Didn't make it a bet, but should be very hard to beat. But with Raiders Guide here, just drawn really well. Not drawn well, doesn't look well on paper, sorry, but matched really well. The 2 and the 3 both have a lot of speed. I think he can get on their back early and prove way too strong in the concluding stages. Best bet of the night for me at Hobart, Shorty.
I think that's a pretty reasonable assessment to get within 2 lengths of Hector Fawley to the mainland. Ran really quick time the week before. This dog's proven now against our very best, and I think down back to its home conditions, they will have aimed the dog up at this race and looks very hard to beat. So race 2, number 5, the place, race 3, number 3, the place, and race 4, number 4, the best of the night for Jaycin Campbell down there in Hobart. Jace, as always, really appreciate your time here on Great Greys. Good luck finding plenty of winners there tonight. Go get them.
Thanks, Shorty.
There we have it. Jaycin Campbell with us this morning here on Great Greys. It's now 26 minutes after 10 o'clock. We'll throw back to Matty McDermott for some dividends from the first race of the day at Gosford.
And the winner there with correct weight, number 9, Japana, pays $4.90, $1.60. 4, Doroskea, $1.40 and 3, Balmiero, $1.50. 6.10, Quinella, $14.30, Exacta. 46.10, Trifecta. 9.437, first 4, $490.10. Sub 4, scratching 1, and Tote is paying on the first. Small field at Geelong, it comes up in 2 from now. Occult is the Tote favourite at 2.10, number 1. 6, Night Colours, 4. 4, Cavity Bay at 5, and then 5, Climate Change at 8, and over 40,000 in the quaddie. 280 from 320 at Colt in fixed betting with Tab Touch, the first at Geelong at past.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
And it's time to catch up with Neil Brown, fresh off the biggest week of the year there at Sandown, Melbourne Cup Week. Of course, we also had the Bold Trees. It was a stellar night of chasing there last Saturday night. We welcome in Neil Brown. Brownie, well done to yourself and the club. Another superb Melbourne Cup series done and dusted.
Yeah, the team done a great job and presented the race like it should be presented. It was a very exciting night and a lot of people on course, and a terrific run by the winner. Just kept hunting up the rail, didn't he, in the straight, and got up. And very excited group of owners and trainers. And the trainer, Jeff Mitchell, they had a big celebration, and so they should.
Indeed, yeah, it's a pretty special moment. I think it is still the race that most people in the sport have got on top of their wish list, the Melbourne Cup, and another excellent running of that particular feature series. Let's get into your thoughts for tonight, Brownie. You've got a couple of minutes until the first of the day here at Geelong. We might be able to sneak in your early quaddie for tonight there at Sandown. First race gets underway, 3:54 WA time this afternoon.
Yeah, 4 heats of the Laurels are the early quad tonight. Of course, the time-honoured event, 59th running of the Laurels. I thought the first heat, Isle of Rose, pretty short, David, but I thought it'd win. I reckon it's a pretty tough race, though. I'm going to take 6, 7 and 8 as well. So 1, 6, 7, 8 in the first race. The second heat, I've gone, I think the winner will come from 4, 3 and 1. I do like Here Comes Millie on top, got a bit of experience. The third heat, I'm going to take 7, 1 and 4, got Common Step on top. Really well-performed youngster from the Anthony Hazard Party Kennel, going well. And in the last heat, I've taken 6, 5, 4 and 1. I think it's fairly open. Meatball Molly, got a bit of experience in these all-bitches races, counts for a bit. So we'll take 6, 5, 4 and 1 in an open final leg of the early quad there, heat 4 of the Laurels Classic.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
Well, it's now 23 minutes away from 11 o'clock. We thank Neil Brown greatly for being patient there as we waited for the first from Geelong and also Cairns back into Great Greys now. Neil gave us his early quaddie tonight there, all heats of the Laurels, 1, 6, 7, 8 leg 1, 1, 3, 4 leg 2, 1, 4, 7 leg 3, home with 1, 4, 5 and 6. Now on to the main quaddie for tonight, Neil.
Yeah, 5.95 grade 5 over the quaddie. Thought it was a pretty difficult one tonight too. Plenty of chances. Shimmer Stella on top in the first leg, pretty short for mine. Doesn't win out of turn a lot, but it's had 2 nice runs at the Meadows over the 600, and so the distance is no problem, and I think it can win, but I'm certainly giving chances to 5 Dutch Impact, been around for a while, has won a number of races. I think it's a chance here, along with the 6, also Kiss for Luck. Nice win here in 34.62 last Thursday night. And I'm throwing the 3 with some sort of chance. Shimmer Deb as well, a handy third at the Meadows last start over the 600. So an open race for mine, even though Shimmer Stella's pretty short, 4, 5, 6 and 3. Race number 6, 5.15 free for all. It's a terrific race. Geez, a few can win this, I reckon. I'm taking 2, 3, 1 and 4. I'm giving Freddie Rose a chance to win. He runs a play very, very consistent greyhound. He's always thereabouts. He races well here at Sandown Park. He's got a great record here for 4 wins and about 13 placings on the track. So I've got him on top. Think he can get a trail up. He's always coming from behind. So I've got him to beat Isles Entity. A good run here last week. 29.28 was the best of the night on Cup night, and a good performance there. I think it's got a real good chance tonight. The Reds in the race for Walkley's Bales, nicely drawn, been racing in really good form, and I think also the 4 Alec Bale has done nothing wrong at all. A couple of wins at Sandown and the Meadows and a solid third to spot Fox here on Cup night. So good free for all, 2, 3, 1 and 4 for me, a few chances. Race number 7, 5.15 metre mixed stake here. And, I thought 3, 2 and 1 would produce the winner from that inside draw. I've got Victor Marley. She's pretty short tonight, Victor Marley, but a solid win last week, 29.41. From the outside draw, went straight to the front, gave nothing else a chance. I like the 5.02 early. I think that might stand the greyhound in good stead tonight. So got it on top to beat Feather Nest, racing okay, in good solid form of late. Didn't have much luck last Saturday night, and I thought the red also, Quebec Bar, would be a chance. But $1.70 about Victor Marley is reasonably short, but thought it could win. And in the last leg, race number 8 tonight is a 5.95 mixed. Pretty tough race this. I'm taking 1, 3, 5 and 2. Fab's Vegetable, well, he didn't have any luck at all from box number 2 in the Melbourne Cup. He's back down in class a bit tonight in this, the 5.95. Has one here in 34.17. Looks the one to beat, but again, it's fairly short. And I thought there was definitely chances to OK Boomer. It goes okay. Here, 1, 2 or 3 starts ago, led all the way. Can probably find the lead, this greyhound. And I thought 5 also a chance. Walnut Express got a very fast winning time here at Sandown, 33 and 92. I think it's got some sort of chance with a bit of luck in running. And I thought I'd throw the 2 in as well. The Punga Mustang is well drawn and probably can get a nice position in the race. So going to go wide, 1, 3, 5 and 2. Best bet, David, race 9, I thought, pretty hard to beat from beautiful draw in box number 2 is Follow the Band. It's showing about $3, which is a nice price for us. It's performed quite well in the heat to get into this race final tonight. We're in 29.62, led all the way. So certainly the dog to beat, I think, tonight. And at $3 looks good value for our best bet, race 9, number 2. So good luck and good punting. And we've got plenty of terrific greyhound racing with the Silver Chief here. Heats on Saturday night at the Meadow. So looking forward to those coming up and leading into the Phoenix, David, on Saturday week.
Indeed, Brown. It's a really exciting time for greyhound racing there in Victoria at the moment. Thanks as always for your time, Neil. We'll catch you next week.
Good on you, mate. Thanks, Dave.
There we have it, the Hall of Famer Neil Brown joining us here on A Great Greys on this Thursday morning, where it's now 18 minutes away from 11. We'll swing back to Maddie, get those dividends from the first race of the day at Cairns. We're some 8 minutes away for our next race for broadcast. That is race number 2 at Gosford.
Weight or otherwise still to come at Geelong as well. The winner at Cairns, number 4, Simply Tina, 470, 210, 6 Rocket Power, 280, Mashani Sunset NTD, number 5, 1330 Quinella, 1660 Exacta, 2210 Trifecta, 4657 First 4, and even $85, 5 sub scratchings of 1 and 3. Now as I speak, the tote is paying at Geelong, correct weight. The first race at Gosford in race 2, it's due in 7, 260 fixed Getty, 310 Bobby's King, 440 for Lady Extreme, and then at $5 Hawkwind, and that's NTD, race number 2, and it's at 10 to 11.
This is Great Greys on Tab Radio. Go, you good thing.
Yes, we'll be sharing a few good things tonight there at Angle Park. A man that's likely to provide a couple for us, Sean Matheson, now joins us. Hello, Sean.
Hi, David. Yeah, great to be with you again on this Thursday. And, yeah, hopefully we can get back into form tonight for our Thursday night meeting with a few winners for the listeners.
Most definitely. Let's get into your thoughts for this program tonight. 12 races, some nice races as well throughout the course of tonight's program. Good solid free-for-all there over the 530 metres. And we also get to see some tremendous chasing over the middle distance tonight. That's a really good race, the free-for-all, the McQueen's Tavern free-for-all over the 595. Where are we going to have a bet?
Yeah, David, just on that, a lot of the dogs, it's strong tonight, and a lot of these dogs are leading up to a bit of our Festival of Fire series, which begins next Thursday night, which is culminates in about $110,000 in prize money on the 21st of December, and it accommodates all distances, all greyhounds of different levels of their racing. So next Thursday night, we're going to have the whole night will be full of heats. But that's why you're seeing a lot of these stronger races tonight. And as you mentioned, race 6 tonight, that 595 free-for-all is an excellent middle distance race. Probably a lot of those will be broken up into a couple of heats next week. So, the racing's looking really good here in SA. But let's find some winners. And the first of my best bets will be in race 5, and it's number 1, Sutton Ebony for Jake Williams. This race is a put-together race for dogs or for participants that coursed during the year, but these dogs didn't necessarily do any coursing. So it's a type of race that doesn't normally get graded. And I'm just thinking with Sutton Ebony, she's been mixing her performances against the likes of Agent 19 last start, Springvale Bray, Zipping Neutron. So she mixed her distance. The key to her is she comes into box 1 tonight. She's won 5 of 9 from the red. Last start, she was a pretty good run, running 4th behind Agent 19. Probably should have ran a place, got a decent bump turning for home. And if Agent 19 was in this race, he'd probably start about $1.03, to be fair. So I think Sutton Ebony's a really strong chance here tonight to begin well, put herself right on speed, and that inside draw is the key.
Excellent. Race 5, number 1, Sutton Ebony, the box 1 bandit to get the job done tonight. On to the second of your plays.
Second of the plays is in race 8, and it's number 6, Maximum Smiles. Quoted around that $2.15 mark, David, and that's getting short enough for what I'd normally tip, but I actually think he should be quite shorter in the market. He's come to South Australia with some really good middle distance form in the Ashley Griffiths kennel, who's going really, really well at the moment and done nothing wrong, won both his races, running 30.73 and 30.62 last Thursday night at Angle Park over 5:30. Steps up to the 5.95 tonight. Drawn box 6, likes to use a little bit of the track, so will suit down to the ground. No real speed around him. I do think at the $2.15, I cannot see that holding up much longer. It's already had some support, but I think it'll come in a bit stronger as the day progresses. So I do think that he's just going to continue on his winning way.
Like it. For tonight, punters, race 8, the Green Rug Maximum Smiles bet now. We are hearing from Sean, expecting it to trim up between now and jump time. And the third of your plays this evening at Angle Park?
Third of the plays, again, it's another best bet, David. It's in the Masters race, which is race 10, and it's number 4, Razzle Darrell for Paul Riemann. Pretty good run last start in running third behind Fantastic Dixie at Murray Bridge. Has run quite a number of placings and hasn't won for a little bit, but has been mixing against the likes of Dash of Blue and Doon and Springvale Max. He gets a nice race here where I think the speed comes from the 1 and 2 dogs, Springvale Maddie and Psychotic Babe. They come out running, and Razzle Darrell's a dog that loves to be on the fence, and he's going to get there, and I think was first shot at these leaders. So I think mid-race you'll see him going hard along the rail and turning for home, railing really hard, and hopefully getting the run at the $3.60. I think he's a great chance to run over the top of them.
Excellent. Race 5, number 1, Sutton Ebony. Race 8, number 6, Maximum Smiles. Race 10, number 4, Razzle Darrell. On to Gawler Friday and Murray Bridge Sunday.
Okay, so for the listeners, Gawler's just been moved tomorrow to the morning. So for WA listeners, David, really early with the first in South Australia at now 9:05 a.m. So that's going to be quite early for WA listeners, but it's to beat the heat that we're going to experience tomorrow. We're actually going to cop some wet weather over the weekend, but the hot weather in Gawler tomorrow, so it's a really early morning meeting. I like race 5, number 4, Zoe Rose for Tony Lagana. 2 starts ago went 30.68 over the 5.31. Should get a nice run across here. Boots probably leads, which is drawn 2, but Zoe Rose has shown that she can mix it with Metro Company, and she should prove too strong. And then Sunday night, a big night for the club at Murray Bridge. It's their Murray Bridge Oaks and Derby, along with the Anniversary Cup. We had good heats last Sunday night, and I like one in the Oaks final, which will be race 6. It's number 2, Fantastic Ada for Liz Chegia. She ran second in a heat behind Fast Headache, who's drawn the 1. I just think she got a decent old check off the back straight, stopped a bit of her momentum. She got going late, was a good second. She does like to use a bit of the track, so box 2 is probably the only slight concern, but I think she'll come out and she'll get some clear running, and I think she'll prove too strong on Sunday night.
Fair enough too. Race 6, number 2, Fantastic Ada, and punters looking to get involved tomorrow there at Gawler. 6:35 WA time, the first race there. So something to get involved with as you're having your brekkie or going on your early morning stroll. Beautifully done, Sean. Appreciate your time as always. Good luck to yourself and all the team there tonight at Angle Park. Look forward to our chat next week.
All right, David, we'll talk then.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Well, it's time to catch up with Simon Orchard and grab a few best bets for New South Wales chasing over the next few days. Welcome to you, Simon.
G'day, Shorty. How you doing, my friend?
Going really well, thank you. We are on the blocks a bit today, but plenty going on in New South Wales chasing. Where should we be heading for a bet over the next few days?
Yeah, Shorty, if you want to have a bet today, Casino, a couple up there, race 6, number 5, Indefatigable. There you go. There's a bit of an English lesson for you. Casino 6-5 and 12-3, Frying Bonnie. They're the 2 bets at Casino. Adapto tonight, Punters Bandit, race 8, number 8. I reckon is a good bet. It was close to even money earlier on today, but hopefully still above the $2 mark. You can have a play there. Adapto, race 8, number 8. If you want to have a bet tomorrow, Shorty, Maitland's got a big card. Future Stars maiden final, which has produced some absolute rip-roarers over the last couple of years. I reckon it's going to be a hell of a race. I think Rinse the Lot from box 2 is the dog to beat, but a little query. The reserve comes in to box 3, Sapphire Banner, and goes hard left. So just be careful there if you're having a play in the Future Stars, but I really like Rinse the Lot. It's heat win last week. It's race 5, number 2. And if you want to have a play in the Cup, race 7, number 8, Nangar Jim looks a really, really good bet. Loves the track, loves the trip, loves the box, and is a dog going places. So there's a couple at Maitland. Then, of course, Newcastle, Saturday night. I think it's all about Ritza Piper in the Newcastle Cup. She comes back from those Group 1 efforts down in Melbourne, a Group 1 winner, Group 1 runner-up, and I just think she'll jump on the arm. She loves Newcastle. she will fly along and she'll be really hard to beat. So there's a couple over the next couple of days, Shorty. Big carnivals up here in the Hunter Valley. Really looking forward to getting out on track.
Simon Orchard, you are an absolute professional. On the clock, got it through in very quick splits and on course for track record performances. Magnificent. Appreciate your time as always, Simon. We'll hopefully chat with a bit more time next week when a few of these races run to time.
Not an issue, mate. Hooroo, everyone.
There we have it, Simon Orchard with us with the latest there. Casino, Dapto, Maitland and also the Gardens. Some good chasing to look forward to at all of those venues over the next little bit. We'll quickly throw back to Maddie. I do believe we have got the dividends that are now through for race number 2 of the day at Gosford.
And you believe correctly. Lady Extreme, number 5, $7 3.10. 4 Hawkwind 2.10. 8 got third. That was Sweet Patriot NTD. 10.60 Quinella. 27.30 Exacta. 175.20 Trifecta. 5.483 first 4. 714.90. Running double 26.30. 9 into 5. Sub was 2. 6.7 the 2 scratchings. Just wait to come. And at Geelong, Stealth of Night favourite at 2.60. Number 10 on the tote. Outright now fixed in from 380 to 240 and still 260 for Expose. And the jockeys are mounting for race number 2.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
And we round out the program, as always, with a chat to the Shane Train Williams. More success from the ownership front from the world of thoroughbreds there yesterday with Lost City getting the job done. Welcome to you, Train. Congratulations. Another nice performance there yesterday.
Another gutsy win by the little Rommel filly yesterday, Shorty, and she's made it 2 for 2 now, and she'll go out and have a little break now. And very good bunch of owners there yesterday, Shorty. It was good to see.
Yeah, glad to see you having a lot of fun. That's what the ownership caper is all about. You know what it's like as a trainer, and certainly having plenty of success as well from the world of ownership. Let's look after the punters, though, today, Train, and hopefully a bit of that winning form can rub off on some of your tips. We're off to Mandurah tonight. Who do you like there?
Yeah, going to kick it off race 4, number 1, Shorty, Good Odds Amy. Only got to go two starts to go. This dog went 17-15 winning a race there, and I think it's got the box advantage over most of its rivals. It is a bit short, Shorty. I thought it probably would have been around even money, but 170 will be the first leg of our all up. And then we'll go to the next race, Shorty, race 5, number 8, Don't Tell Dasher. Now, this dog's third up now for Ben McLean. It had a really hot trial, Shorty, before its first start, and you'll notice there's been money for it at last start and again tonight. So, and then you go to last week, Shorty. It's only run down in the shadows by a very good dog in Danny Heffernan. So I'm just going to have you all up tonight, Shorty, 4, 1 and 5, 8.
4, 1, 5, 8 for the Train tonight there at Mandurah. What about Friday night chasing at the Coastal Circuit?
Yeah, I thought Friday night was a little bit tricky, Shorty. Some good races on the card. And I'm going to kick it off with Sean Kavanagh in race 2, number 6, Mizuma Mayhem. We know this dog has really appreciated the move to Mandurah, Shorty. It didn't quite get the 500 and the bend starts were not really an option for it. So it's got that long straight early to muster up, and Sean's done a good job with this dog. So we'll kick it off there, race 2, number 6. And then we'll go over to race 9, number 4, Shorty, all over Carja. I've been really impressed with this dog. Since it's joined Lewis Clay, it's 3 from 3. And I think if it was a birthday cup market, Shorty, it'd be right at the top of it. And we know that's only about 3 weeks away, them heats. So they're the 2 I'll play Friday night, Shorty, 2, 6 and 9, 4.
On to Cannington Saturday night?
Yeah, Cannington Saturday, Shorty. Western Nuggets doing battle against the kennelmate again, Couch Surfer. He's perfectly boxed in 8. I think he's going to get his chance this week. He's just got to come out, Shorty. He can't blow the start like he has been. We know Couch Surfer's probably going to be head of the market, and Western Nugget's going to be second favourite. So I'm pretty keen on Western Nugget to get the job done over Couch Surfer. And then over to race 11, number 5, a dog trained by Dave Hobby here, Shorty, Sunset Nightjar. Have a look at this dog splits, Shorty, 540, 542, 543. Doesn't seem to be a lot of pace drawn around him, and the 6 dog field's going to suit. So we need him to jump on the arm and get the job done from there. So 6, 8 and 11, 5 on Saturday, Shorty.
Who's the best from the kennel, Train?
Best from the kennel, Shorty. I think I'm going to struggle this week, but I think if you could do plenty worse than back Extreme Rock each way on Friday night, race 7, number 8 at Mandurah. He's the dog inside him looks hard to beat, but he's drawn out where he wants to be, and I think he's really adapted to the Mandurah circuit, Shorty. So, yeah, Extreme Rock, race 7, number 6 number 6 on Friday.
Indeed, and a huge thrill, I'm sure, once again this Saturday night, Anniversary Cup final night, and your absolute Trojan. He's been a wonderful campaigner for your kennel, ripping Tomahawk through to another big final.
Yeah, it's a big thrill, Shorty. He's probably You know, he's at his right price there, $51. But, you know, if he was happen to spear the lids and could cross-crumble, and it was a bit of mix-up behind, you never know what could happen. But he's just been a remarkable dog. And, yeah, you think sort of he's getting towards the end. He just keeps putting his hand up short. He loves racing, and, yeah, he's happy to be there. So good luck to the old boy on Saturday.
I saw some great content from the team at Racing and Wagering WA in regards to the pony races that will be going on this weekend, and there's a very special jockey that will be going around in the pony races you want to give a shout-out to this morning, Train.
Yeah, I want to wish all the kids all the best, Shorty, on Saturday. There's some future jockeys there, I think, but one in particular, young Tani Williams. Shorty, she's prepped her horse up like you wouldn't believe it. It's going to be prepared to the minute, and no matter what the result on Saturday, she's got two very proud parents. So good luck, Tani, on Saturday in the pony races.
Beautiful, yeah, and to all the kids involved there, a really special moment for them to shine this weekend. Can't wait to see them out there strutting their stuff trackside on Saturday. Good on you, Train. Good luck over the weekend.
Thanks, mate. All the best, punters.
There we have it, Shane Williams with the latest. I quite like this card tonight at Mandurah punters. Best 5 for me. Race 2, number 1, Circle the Scene. Race 3, number 4, Prompt Response. Race 6, number 1, Esperance Ace. Race 8, number 3, Messed Up Mary. Race 11, number 4, Aussie Chaos each way. That's 2-1, 3-4, 6-1, 8-3, 11-4 tonight at Mandurah. And that's Great Greys done and dusted on this Thursday, the 7th of December. Huge thanks to Matty McDermott, who's been outstanding as always. We'll throw back to Matty for race number 2 at Geelong. Have a ripper day, punters.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.